Democratic Party in Rivers State on Thursday, the 3rd of October 2024, staged a walk in Port Harcourt to express their displeasure over the purported October 5th local government election in the state. The walk, which kick-started at the state PDP secretariat in Aba Road, Port Harcourt on Thursday, saw party faithfuls, stakeholders troop out en masse for the protests. The protest was led by the Rivers State PDP chairman, Aaron Chukwuemeka, along with party chieftains and PDP supporters, amongst others. The protesters marched through to the DSS office in Port Harcourt to register their grievances and petition, stating reasons why the said October 5th local government election should not hold in the state.
We are members of People's Democratic Party, heavily led by my humble self, the state chairman of our party, Honorable Chukwuemeka. We as law-abiding citizens and people that believe in rule of law, there was a court judgment on the 30th of September restraining the ISEC not to conduct the election. Reasons being that they never complied to the laws of that election, and then restraining the security agencies, restraining INEC not to give them voters register. And we as a party, we have also agreed to comply to those orders that were the judgment that was given not to participate in that election. But our own problem why we came this one is that no man is bigger than the law. This order must be obeyed by the state government and the RISEC. Peace to reign in Rivers State. We want to beg you that you talk to them, tell them that we don't want problem in Rivers State, we need peace in Rivers State. So let there be no election.
The walk was further extended to the police headquarters at Moscow Road, where the state party chairman addressed party faithfuls. Honorable Aaron Chukwuemeka stated that the Federal High Court order stopping RISEC from conducting the LGA election must be obeyed. He further urged party faithfuls in Rivers State to be law-abiding while they go about their daily activities.
We have also gone to the police to express our grievances, to let them know that we are people that believe in equity, justice, we believe in rule of law, we are law-abiding citizens. We have told the police that we must obey court judgment. Bam! PDP as a party, we believe in rule of law. Yes. No person is above the law. Yes. So for the election that they said they will have on Saturday, we are not party to it. Yes. No election because we are not going to participate because of the court judgment. We have notified the police, we have notified all the security agencies, and INEC yesterday said they have never released any voters register to any person. Yes. And we must abide to that. Yes.
Ajerun was Samuel, ATM News, Port Harcourt.
The rights to organize the local government polls, but the right steps should be taken to properly fix the election.
A democratically elected council, but with what we see and read, that the Independent National Electoral Commission ought to have released the voters register as part of the legal or constitutional requirement according to the Electoral Act. That has not been done by what the INEC is presenting to us. And if that be the case, the big question in my mind is why the hurriedness? Why the rush? I want to believe that in as much as we need to conduct the local government elections, the processes needs to be followed, so that we don't have lapses, we don't have court, litigations.
On his part, Chizi Nyomasala said that the voter register in RISEC's possession is not authentic and should not be used for the election to avoid invalidation.
Document of INEC. Now, I like to say this. The man came here, the RISEC said, using him now as specification of the RISEC. He said, no, we have, and they also admitted that what they have is 2023. That's why I want to build my foundation. They have 2023 election, assuming again without conceding that it was INEC that gave the 2023 election. And I said, even if INEC conducted election, even if INEC is conducting election and there was election, assuming and God forbid, no, why would I say God forbid? If anything happens and SIM is moved now and there's an election to be conducted, I am telling you that INEC will publish a new register. The reason is simple. My daughter just became 18 this year.
All right.
And she has gone to register in INEC. And so the reason why they said 90 days to the release of the timetable, not even the election, 90 days to the release of the timetable, meaning that for the timetable to be even released, meaning that you have to even give them their timetable.
This is coming after the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has denied providing the voters register to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, for the upcoming local government elections scheduled in October the 5th. Security operatives in Rivers State on Friday foiled an attempt by men dressed in police uniform to take over the office of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. The incident reportedly occurred around 1 a.m. on Friday. It was gathered that the miscreants attempted to scale through the gates and strong room of the commission to cart away sensitive electoral materials meant for the conduct of Saturday's local government elections in the state. A source who witnessed the incident but was not authorized to speak on the matter said that the move was botched when vigilant security operatives and officials alerted principal officers of the commission and relevant government authorities, who immediately informed Governor Siminalayi Fubara of the development. The source said that the governor led a team of government officials, lawmakers from the National Assembly and the State House of Assembly, top political stakeholders and other leaders to the scene. Speaking to newsmen in front of the RISEC office on Aba Road in Port Harcourt, Fubara condemned the incident and commended the security men for their alertness. Meanwhile, our correspondent Samuel Aljuronwo gathered that some government officials, stakeholders and supporters are presently keeping vigil at the facility. Efforts to reach the state police public relations officer, Grace Ngekoko, proved abortive as her mobile number was not connecting. She had yet to reply to a text message sent to our reporter as of the time of the filing of this report on Friday morning. Nigeria Police Force seeks to inform all law-abiding citizens and stakeholders in Rivers State about the upcoming local government election, particularly in the light of the recent court rulings. On July the 19th, 2024, a federal high court in Abuja issued a restraining order preventing the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies from providing security during the local government elections. Additionally, on September the 30th, 2024, the Federal High Court in Abuja delivered a judgment that again prohibited the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies from participating in the local advice by the Force Legal Department that the ruling from the Federal High Court on September the 30th, 2024 takes precedence. Recently, an opposition party protested, calling for the adherence to the court orders and expressing their determination to prevent any disregard for the law. The Nigeria Police Force encourages all parties to seek appropriate legal redress if they feel aggrieved by any decisions or actions related to the election process. The Nigerian Police Force is dedicated to maintaining law and order and will not stand idly by in the face of potential disturbances. Necessary actions will be taken to enforce the court orders. All area commander police officers and tactical commanders have been directed to ensure full compliance with the judgment of the Federal High Court. In view of the above, the Nigeria Police Force has been advised by the Force Legal Department to comply with the judgment of the Federal High Court dated September the 30th, 2024, which bars the Nigeria police from allowing, participating in, providing security for, or taking part in the Rivers State local government elections on October the 5th, 2024. All other security agencies are also implored to comply with the Federal High Court judgment. In light of these developments, the Nigerian police force calls on all citizens to remain peaceful and orderly and cooperate with law enforcement in upholding the rule of law during this crucial period. A 34-year-old suspected kidnapper and armed robber Benson Ogenehuare from Onwian Alaja Division in Udu local government area of Delta State Command, signed by Police Public Relations Officer SP Bright Edafe. He said that the DPO Onwian Alaja Division CSP Bulus Musa led the surveillance team of the division and embarked on a sting operation at the hideout of the suspected Benson Ogenehuare in a male aged 34 years located at Ororo in Okpe local government area. Where the suspect and his gang members engaged the police in a fierce gun duel. The statement also said that during the gun duel, the police overpowered the suspects, while some of them escaped with various degrees of gunshot injury. Suspected gunmen have abducted a couple identified as Mr. and Mrs. Irebo in Fuga at the administrative quarters of Esako Central local government area of Edo State. The public relations officer of the Edo State Police Command, SP Moses Yamu, who confirmed the incident, said that the operatives were combing the bushes since the incidents took place to ensure that the victims were released unhurt. The victims were returning to age after attending an event, and one of the victims escaped from captivity in the process of moving them from one location to another, leaving the couple in the kidnappers' den, while the hunters in the area are currently combing the bush with a view to rescuing the victims. National Electoral Commission in Abia State Governor Alex Oti to achieve the agenda of his government in building solid infrastructure in the state. The governor, who disclosed this while unveiling the construction of the 19.1 kilometers Itungwa, Omoba, Amaise, Amairi, Mboko, the Rural Access Agricultural Marketing Project at Omoba, Isialangwa South local government area, said he has since paid the 600 million naira counterpart funding for the RAAMP, as well as approved the release on the productive energy of the people, adding that food insecurity, unemployment, said that a man bringing the perpetrators to justice. He urged members of the public, especially eyewitnesses, to assist the police with any relevant information that could aid the ongoing operations. Has approved the recruitment of 791 officers of various cadres into the state civil service. The chairman of the Oyo State Civil Service Commission, Alhaji Kamoru Adebiribe, made this known in a statement in Ibadan, said that the recruitment would include 230 education officers and 561 officers in various other departments within the civil service. He also said opening of a registration portal for intending pilgrims for the 2025 Hajj operations. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Home Affairs, Adebiribe, disclosed that the governor approved the online registration for both the Muslim and Christian pilgrim boards and adopted process that will ensure eyewitness soldiers deployed to the area realized to refused to respond to the invaders' attack, while the government later attacked the soldiers' base after attacking the community. The caretaker committee chairman of Agatu Local Government Council has drawn the attention of the state government to the attack and are still waiting for them to do the needful so as to avert further attacks. When contacted, the police public relations office said that in a text message that he doesn't have the report. Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia has declared Friday, October the 4th, as a work-free day ahead of the October 5th local government elections in the state. The governor, who disclosed this in a statement by his chief press secretary, Tereso Kula, in Makurdi, said that the work-free day was given besides their franchise. Alia stressed the importance of active participation in electoral process and encourage all citizens to take advantage of the work-free day to exercise their civic rights and duties, while expressing confidence that with the right commitment and participation, the governor also urged all public and private sector organizations to support the initiative by allowing their employees to do likewise and charge the citizens to prioritize peaceful conduct while reinforcing the need for unity and cooperation amongst all parties involved. Kano State High Court has fixed October the 10th, 2024 for ruling in an interlocutory application seeking to restrain the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, from renovating the Nasarawa Mini Palace located along the state road. Bayero has applicants are the Kano State Government, the Attorney General of Kano, and the Kano Emirate Council, while the sole respondent is the deposed Emir Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero. The applicants, through their counsel Rilwano Umar SAN, filed a motion ex parte dated September the 12th, seeking a court order to restrain Ado Bayero from renovating the Nasarawa Mini Palace. When the case came up for hearing, Habib Akilu, who appeared for the applicants to the court, that moved the interlocutory application seeking to stop the defendant from reconstructing or changing the mini palace. The presiding judge and chief judge of Kano State, Justice DJ Aboki, adjourned the matter until October the 10th, ordered all the processes should be pasted on the notice board of the court. You are watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We'll return shortly after this break. Please stay tuned.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809 233 3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
Welcome back to Transition News on Atlantic Television Network, and now to the rest of our stories. President Bola Tinubu has submitted the tax reform bills to the House of Representatives, saying it aligns with the renewed hope agenda of his administration. In a letter read by the Speaker, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, at the floor of the House during plenary, Honorable Abbas said that the President Tinubu solicited for expedite consideration of the bills. According to the President Bola Tinubu's letter, the proposed tax reform bills present substantial benefits to the present administration's fiscal reform that will enhance taxpayers' compliance and boost socio-economic development of Nigeria. President Tinubu said that if the bills are passed into law, it will encourage and attract more investment in Nigeria.
One of the bills is, the number one is Nigerian tax bill, which should provide a consolidated fiscal framework for taxation in Nigeria. The second one is Nigerian tax administration bill, which shall provide a clear legal framework for the fair, consistent, and efficient administration of all the tax laws to facilitate ease of tax compliance, reduce tax disputes, and optimize revenue. The third bill is respect of the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, which seeks to repeal the Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act number 13 of 2007 and establishes the Nigerian Revenue Service to assess, collect, and account for revenue accruable to the government of the Federation. The fourth one is the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill, which shall establish the Joint Revenue Board, the Tax Appeal Tribunal, and the Office of the Tax Ombudsman for the harmonization, coordination, and settlement of disputes arising from revenue administration in Nigeria. The proposed tax bills present substantial benefits that align with my government's objectives and fiscal reform and economic growth by enhancing taxpayer compliance, strengthening our fiscal institutions, and fostering a more effective and transparent fiscal regime. In this way, I'm confident that these bills, once passed into law, will encourage investment, boost consumer spending, and stimulate the economy.
The tax reform bills are the Nigeria Tax Bill, Nigeria Tax Administration Bill, Nigeria Revenue Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. A bill to establish the South-South Development Commission has passed second reading in the Senate. The proposed commission, according to the bill sponsored by Senator Ekpeyong Asukwo, representing Cross River South, will receive and manage funds from the Federation accounts, allocation, and other sources, donations, aids, and grants for integration, development, resolution of infrastructural deficit, militancy, communal crisis, as well as tackle ecological, environmental problems, including other related matters. Similar bills concerning 5 other geopolitical zones have been signed into law. Speaking on the bill, Senator Siriaki Dixon, representing Bayelsa Central, maintained that the South-South Development Commission, if approved, will develop the region, adding that the NDDC was a resource-based commission, as only states with oil could benefit certain percentage of oil production, and not all states in the South-South are benefiting from the NDDC. Senator Suleiman Kawu representing Kano South and Eyinaya Abaribe representing Abia South, while leveraging on Seriaki Dixon's explanation on the differences between NDDC and the South-South Development Commission, supported the bill, while in his remarks, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, thanked the sponsor of the bill for his foresight and commended senators from other geopolitical zones for their understanding. The bill was passed for second reading through voice votes and was referred to the Senate Committee on Special Duties. House of Representatives has urged the Attorney General and Minister of Justice to review cases of individuals held in pre-trial detention for an extended period and take necessary steps to expedite their trials. It also urged the judiciary to adopt innovative case management strategies which ensures timely hearings with special consideration for individuals who have endured an undue amount of time in pre-trial detention. This was sequel to the adoption of a motion by Honorable Ahmad Muhammad, representing Zamfara, during plenary on Thursday. Honorable Muhammad observed that a significant number of individuals are detained for minor offenses requiring minimal or no extensive investigation, and concluded that the delays in adjudication and legal matters is the main cause of prison congestion, which ultimately violates the rights of the accused and erodes public confidence in the judicial system.
Observes that numerous individuals are languishing in prolonged pretrial detention, often exceeding legal limits by years, thereby violating their rights and contributing to prison overcrowding. Also observes that a significant number of these individuals are detained for minor offenses requiring minimal or no extensive investigation. Concerned that the delay in adjudicating legal matters results in prison congestion, violates rights of the accused, and erodes public confidence in the judicial system. Alarmed that the trial delays dissuade witness appearances and compromise the integrity of the judicial process. Cognizant of the need to address this systemic injustice and uphold the fundamental rights of a fair trial for all.
In a related development, the House of Representatives has directed its Committee on Sports to conduct a thorough investigation into the factors behind Team Nigeria's poor performance at the 2024 Paris Olympics and to recommend both short-term and long-term reforms to prevent a repeat of such a disappointing outcome. It also resolved to investigate the utilization of funds allocated for the team's preparations and participation in the event. The decision was read by the House following a motion brought to the floor of the House by Honorable Adedayo Adeshola, representing Lagos, on the matters of urgent public importance.
Over 12 billion budget was presented as the requirement for a successful outing at the 2024 Olympics and Paralympics, and it was approved by President Bola Tinubu. The House further recalls that before the Olympics, the Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Eno, revealed in a statement signed by his SA media, Diana Merinsan, the extensive efforts being made to ensure that Team Nigeria was well prepared to compete for honors at the prestigious global event. The House is worried that the 2024 Paris Olympics Games came to a close on Sunday, 11th August 2024, with Team Nigeria returning disgracefully without a single medal, a mimicry of the woeful outing of 12 years ago in the London 2012 Olympics, in spite of the enormous investment and preparations for the actual event. Worried further that again in Paris 2024 Olympics, like Helsinki in 1952, Melbourne in 1956, Rome in 1960, Mexico in 1968, Seoul in 1988, and London 2012, Nigeria failed to win a single medal.
The House also approved the reimbursement of 9.54 billion naira to the Nasarawa State and 15.14 billion naira to Kebbi State, respectively, for the federal takeover of newly constructed cargo facilities. The House adjourned its plenary session until next week, Tuesday. Analysts have advised members of the National Assembly to prioritize their legislative duties. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network's program, Atlantic Blowout, a public affairs analyst, Ugochukwu Ifeanyichukwu, urged the lawmakers to make laws that will better the lives of citizens rather than focusing on national honors.
Taken by the NSAS protests, when all of them ran away from the country. So when they are being sarcastic about honors and titles, these are just mere titles that doesn't put food on the table of Nigerians, mere titles that don't even add anything to governance. We are talking about good governance. We are talking about people to speak up. All I know is that whatever argument they are doing is in line. But they should also
you agree that the argument is in line?
Yes, it's in line.
Even though you say it's laughable.
Yes, it's laughable because this is not what Nigerians are expecting to come out.
On his part, Mufasa Eyimosan opined that the sequel to the economic hardship engulfing the country, the president should introduce policies that would cushion the sufferings of the masses.
We are passing through today. Even people were sort of disappointed when the president had to mention it in his Independence Day broadcast that so and so has been conferred. We don't care about who gets what and why. Why should that even be the major concern of our leaders? Now that what we are clamoring on as a people is, let us see how to get most of our moribund industries working, especially the refineries. Nigeria is a sole importer of everything, including food. A bag of rice currently, as we speak, is over 100,000.
We're talking about the...
This comes after the House of Representatives on Wednesday rejected the Commander of the Federal Republic honor announced by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his Independence Anniversary speech to be conferred on the Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas. Economic Community of West African States, head of state, is planning to institute a 5,000-man kinetic force to tackle terrorism in the region. This is as the regional bloc disclosed that 1605 terrorist attacks have been recorded between January and August 2024 in the West African region, with a total of 6,956 fatalities. The president of the ECOWAS Commission, Omar Toure, who disclosed this in Abuja, said in 2023, a total of 3,587 terrorist attacks were recorded in the ECOWAS region, and the attacks affected 2,000 people in Burkina Faso, while 1,044 in Mali and 500 in Niger. He also said that this aggregation of the data shows that Burkina Faso had the highest number of food insecure people, close to 2.2 million, followed by Niger with 1.9 million and Mali with about 800,000. And on to some business reports. National Identity Management Commission has stopped all data modification services at its National Identification Number enrollment centers. The Commission disclosed in a video posted on its official X, formerly Twitter, platform, directing citizens to its online self-service modification portal, adding that the shift was expected to eliminate the long wait times and associated with in-center services, offering greater convenience to users, and the National Identity Manager said. The Commission said that as part of the ongoing efforts to enhance the National Identity Management System, NIMC has introduced a significant policy change across all enrollment offices nationwide, adding that the modification activities will no longer be conducted at enrollment centers and have launched a convenient self-service modification portal, empowering Nigerians to update their information securely and efficiently online. NIMC outlined the benefits of the new portal, which aimed to streamline the identity updates process by allowing Nigerians to modify their information remotely, adding that the self-service portal was designed with enhanced social security services and features personal data, ensure a secure and efficient process for updating identity information. Meanwhile, the Commission's Director General, Abisoye Koka Dusote, disclosed that last month that the number of NINs has increased to 110 million, a 2.39% increase from the 107.34 million that was recorded as of the end of May 20. Nigeria Customs Service Command has seized 3 containers loaded with 664 packets of cannabis indica weighing 341.025 kg, valued at 682 million naira. The Customs Area Controller in charge of the command there posed this at the command while handing over the contrabands to officers of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. He said that the handing over of the contrabands was in furtherance of existing interagency collaboration and the Memorandum of Understanding between the NDLEA and the Nigerian Customs Service, adding that the command, having received actionable intelligence on the suspected importation of illicit dangerous drugs from one of the source countries, intercepted 3 containers, and the Tinkan Island Custom Boss said that they have with the partner agency, the NDLEA, on the importation. And still ahead, international tidbits: cases of 2 black women allegedly shot and fed to pigs by a white farmer and his workers has sparked widespread outrage in South Africa. The victims, Magato, 45, and Lucia Ndlovu, 34, were reportedly searching for food on a farm near Polokwane in Limpopo province when they were shot in August, and their bodies were allegedly fed to pigs in an attempt to conceal the crime. The court is currently deciding whether to grant bail to the farm owner, Zachariah Johannes Olivia, and his 2 employees, Adrian DeWet and William Musora, as they await trial for murder. Inside the courtroom, families of the victims and the accused filed the as Magistrate Ntiliane Feleng in public interest in the case. The bail hearing was postponed to November the 6th, 2024 to allow for further investigations, meaning that the 3 suspects will remain in custody. Health Ministry says that the overnight airstrike in central Beirut has killed 9 people and injured 14. According to Beirut Civil Defense, a number of those killed are rescue officers and paramedics, adding that the target was a residential building containing a medical center that is believed to be affiliated with Hezbollah. Since Israel's invasion of Lebanon began earlier this week, the Israeli Defense Forces Arabic spokesperson has warned residents in dozens of places to evacuate. Israel wants more people to evacuate in southern a ground invasion of the south this week, and yesterday announcing the death of 8 soldiers inside Lebanon. President Masoud Pezeshkian has insisted that Iran was not looking for war, but pledged a stronger response if Israel retaliates for its missile attacks. Pezeshkian A day after Iran fired about 200 missiles, including hypersonic weapons, towards Israel, sending frightened civilians into shelters, while Israel intercepted most of them, and medics reported 2 people lightly wounded by shrapnel, and one of the missiles damaged a school building. Sheikh Tamim warned that Israel was drawing the region into the brink of the abyss with its attack on Hezbollah in Lebanon. The emir also condemned ongoing Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip, saying Doha would press on with efforts to broker a ceasefire and Palestinian militant group Hamas, whose October 7th attacks triggered the war. United Kingdom has declared that it is giving up sovereignty of a remote but strategically important cluster of islands in the Indian Ocean after more than half a century. The deal reached after years of negotiations and will see the UK hand over the Chagos Islands to Mauritius in a historic move, and it includes the tropical atoll of Diego Garcia, used by the United States government as a military base for its many ships and long-range bomber aircraft. A joint statement by the British and Mauritian prime ministers ends decades of often fractious negotiations between the two countries over the islands, that the US-UK base will remain on Diego Garcia, and the key factor enabling the deal to go forward at a time of growing geopolitical rivalries in the region between the Western countries and China. The deal is still subject to finalization of a treaty. Vowed to complete this as quickly as possible. The leaders also said that they were committed to ensure that the long-term, secure and effective operation of the existing base on Diego Garcia, which plays a vital role in regional and global security. And moving on to some entertainment news. Days after smashing a fan's phone, Nigerian singer Asake has engaged in a boxing fight with his bodyguard. The incident happened during the singer's live performance in Dublin. This is coming after Asake had a few days ago made headlines after he angrily smashed a fan's iPhone 16 Pro Max in Paris while trying to take a picture with him, while in a now trending video created a scene at the recent stage performance in Dublin, Ireland. The video captured Asake displaying his boxing skills, a development that raised eyebrows among the audience. The singer jumped from the bodyguard to punch him, but the bodyguard kept dodging the punches. And to some sports, Super Eagles caretaker coach Augustin Eguavon their upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixtures against Libya like a World Cup final. The Super Eagles will entertain the Mediterranean Knights at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Friday, October the 11th. The two teams will square up again in Benina 4 days later, while the Super Eagles currently top Group B with 4 points from 2 games. Inter Miami superstar Lionel Messi has won the 46th trophy of his glittering career. Messi enhanced his record as the most decorated footballer of all time with Inter Miami's Supporters' Shield triumph. This follows a 3-2 win at the Columbus Crew, with Messi scoring twice in the game, and the trophy is awarded to the team with the best regular season record in the MLS across any given campaign. Messi rewrote the history books after leading the Herons to League Cup glory during the summer of 2023 and was the 44th trophy of his career before helping Argentina to win another Copa America title. And viewers, that's the size of the package. Thanks for joining us. I am Raymond Ken Mbata. Do well to join our social media platforms on Twitter or X, Atlantic TV Net, on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, on Instagram and TikTok is on Atlantic TV Network. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for Society Watch coming up next.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue.